something that they can take home to actually apply in their business. For those of you that don't know, the name of this panel is all going to be focused about how to attract young entrepreneurs. Is anybody looking to see how they can attract some young entrepreneurs? Say aye. All right, fantastic. So with that being said, what I'd like to do right now, if you're under the age of 100 years old, I want y'all to stand up, please. If you're under the age of 100 years old, stand up to your feet. These are young people, I'm telling you. We only have one guy in this group, and we got 4 beautiful, powerful, successful women. So when they come out right now, I want y'all to give them the applause that they really deserve. These ain't just no regular individuals. These are people that work hard in their business, and they mean a lot to all of us. I'm inspired by all of them. So again, if you're under 100 years old, let me hear y'all scream real quick before they bring them out. All right, fantastic. So the first young lady that we would like to bring out, let's give her a round of applause, Miss Brittany Winfrey. Brittany! All right, Brittany. All right, so next, this is the only guy that we actually have on. It's a young dude. And this young dude, you guys got to get ready, because this is what all these people that you're going to see is the new face of this company, Ameriplan. And I want to bring this guy out. A lot of you have already seen him. Some of us have seen him grow up from a little kid, but he's a grown man right now, and I'm expecting some great things out of him. He's already doing some great things. But come on, let's give him a round of applause. DJ! All right, let's go. Who we got next? Who we got next? Okay, we got wait. All right, let's get another round of applause for Holly Moore. Holly! Y'all can get louder than that. As a matter of fact, for this young lady I'm about to bring out right now, y'all better give this woman right here a lot of noise. Let's give it up for Christine DeGraw. Christine! All right, last but not least, we had to go over to Nevada. So we had to go to Las Vegas. Anybody been to Vegas before? All right, so let's also give this young lady, she's on the top producers. She's incredible. You'll hear more about her. But let's bring her out with some style. Get up to your feet, scream to the top of your lungs. This is the great Michelle Everett. All right, now y'all can take a seat. Don't they look beautiful and handsome, right? Don't they look beautiful and handsome? All right, so it's not all about the beauty. It's not all about them looking good and stuff like that. What this is about, if you have a pen and paper, make sure to get it out now. We've been practicing very, very hard, making sure that we can figure out a way not to just be up here and share some stuff with you, but we really want to give you some tools and some things that you can do, even just a little bit of mindset change on exactly what you can do today once you leave this convention to apply in your business on attracting some more young people in your business. Is that all right? Say aye. All right, fantastic. So the first person we'd like to introduce you to is this beautiful young lady here. Her name is Brittany Winfrey. Brittany, if you could just share with everybody, just take us from where you've been to where you're at right now. Brittany Winfrey.
Sure. Again, my name is Brittany Winfrey. I'm a senior regional sales director. Been with Ameriplan since February of last year, so a little over a year. I started looking for really a business opportunity probably about 5 or 6 years ago. I'm originally from Virginia Beach, Virginia, but myself and my family, we moved to Jacksonville, Florida for a job opportunity that my fiance had at the time. So I moved to a new state, didn't know anybody, was younger at the time than I am now. And as soon as we got there, my fiance lost a job. So I was in a new state. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have enough to make ends meet. So really at that time, I was really looking for an opportunity where I could make more than a full-time income, something that was going to allow myself and my family to not have to struggle and go through the things that we went through. So I looked for a long time. I still didn't find anything. We ended up moving back to my hometown of Virginia Beach, Virginia. And then after I moved home, I found out I was pregnant with my son. So I'm a mom. I have a 2.5-year-old named Angeles. He's definitely my everything and a big driving force as far as why I do what I do. But after I had him, I still was looking for something as far as a business opportunity, but it was important for me to be able to be home with him as well. So I looked online, I did a lot of searching, I ran across an ad on Craigslist, so I was on Craigslist lead, and I knew from that point on that this is what I was going to do. And I just never looked back. I love everything about the company that we have, the opportunities it provides to us, and then here we are now. So.
All right, there we go. Thank you so much, Brittany. All right, so now we're going to take it over to Dean Jones. Dean Jones, a lot of us think that we know you, but if you could just share with us a little bit about where you've been and take us to right now, where you're at right now, Dean Jones.
Sure. Well, first off, my name is Dean Jones, and I'm a senior regional sales director with this company. Now, I was still in high school when I started Ameriplan, and oftentimes I would actually do presentations in the hallway, and I think I remember one time I actually did one in class. We had a substitute, so it's okay. But prior to that, I used to work at the movie theater. Now, I only worked there for about 2 weeks, so I decided, okay, what am I doing here? I wanted something where I could work on my future right now. I didn't want to wait to become, 40 years old to get settled into a career. I wanted to work on my future right now. And with this, I could do that. And, my goal is to help other young people like myself so they will not have to work at a minimum wage job, and they can work on their own future and create residual income right now at this age.
Let's give it up, Dean Jones. You hear him talking about right now. Everything is right now with this guy, right now. All right, so let's go to Holly. Holly Moore, if you could just tell us where you've been and bring us up to date where you're at right now. Holly Moore.
All right, well, as you said, my name is Holly Moore. I'm the regional sales director. I have been in the company since October. My wonderful upline is Lionel Burks, and he actually came into my place of business. And little did he know, I was actually just recently had a baby and was definitely looking to stay home. I worked up until right before I was pregnant. I was a general manager and also a trade store manager for Palm Beach Tan Corporation. So I traveled all over the United States, training managers and things like that, which is an ideal job for a single person because it's fun to meet people. But once I got pregnant and the further along I got, the more I realized that that was not what I wanted to do. I really truly wanted to be home with my daughter. And so I started looking at things online, didn't see anything that I liked, nothing. So I was at the tanning salon training there for that month, and Lionel walks in. And he was coming in to get his fiance a membership. And I just started talking to him, and I have been in sales my whole life, so I know that the person who's going to be the one paying is the one you really need to start buttering up. So I knew I was about to swipe his card for some tanning lotion, so I was, just making small talk, and I saw him button on his shirt, which is usually $14.95, and I thought, oh, what is that? I asked him, and he said, oh, and he hands me a business card. And I was like, oh, okay, man, you're offering me a job. And I'll never forget this. He said, no, I wasn't offering me a job. He's like, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. And I remember, this kid's really cool. He walks off, didn't say anything else about it. I was like, huh. But because he did that, it intrigued me, because he wasn't trying to sell me, he wasn't trying to do anything like that. He just handed it to me and walked off, So I waited about 2 weeks before I called him, and I finally got the card, and I looked it up online, and I was sold immediately, So I called him, I said, can I meet you? So I came out and met him and fell in love with it. Ended up signing up the very next day. I went home and did my research on it, did everything, everything I could find on it, did the research, and I loved it. And I was able to quit after doing it. I quit, I believe, like 2.5, 3 months after I started doing Ameriplan. I was able to stay home with my daughter, and then I became a single mother, so I did have to go back to work for a little bit, but I'm still definitely doing Ameriplan as much as I possibly can, and hopefully be able to quit again, and this time not have to worry about someone else taking care of me. I'll take care of myself, and I'll be able to stay home with my baby.
All right, here we go, Holly Moore. All right, so Christy, we hear all about you everywhere, but if you could just share with everybody where you've been, and also just bring us to date where you're at right now. Christy DeGraw.
Well, as he mentioned, my name is Christy DeGraw, and I'm a regional vice president with the best company on the planet. was freedom. That was a word that really stuck with me because it was something that I didn't have in my life. So but I was still very, very skeptical, so I just ignored it and thought, oh, that's just one of those things. But every week I would go back to the same place. It was my local online newspaper, and they had a work at home section. And I would go back every single Sunday to see if they posted anything new, and everything else would just kind of like drift away. All the get rich quick in your sleep type stuff, become a millionaire, don't do anything to breathe, that stuff would disappear. But Janie's ad was always there. Daily pay, A+ BBB rating, residual income, freedom at home. And I looked at it for 4 months, dissected it, saw that the company had elite credentials, and then I finally requested an interview. It took Janie 4 days to get back with me. I had no idea I had requested an interview with the most important person in Ameriplan. So she finally got back with me. She talked about how she was walking around her house, picking up the kids' clothes, and she was making mac and cheese. And that really sold me. I wanted to be home making mac and cheese for my kids. So I enrolled on the spot, didn't know anything about this sort of thing, got to work. I was not a fast tracker. I did not come running out of the gate like a lot of people do. I was kind of slow and steady, but focused at the same time. About 6 months into my business, I went through a divorce and had to get a full-time job outside of the home. So my schedule shifted a little bit, and I had to start working this around my job. And it would have been really easy to say that I didn't have time for this, but I made time for this because this was my plan B. This was going to be my future. So I would go out to my car on my lunch breaks, make my calls, made a goal to replace that income in 12 months. Missed it, but did make it in 14 months, and I've been home ever since.
Hey, that's Christy DeGraw. Christy DeGraw. All right, so this is Michelle Everett again out of Vegas. Michelle Everett, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself, what you've been through, and also just bring us to date here as we're moving along. Michelle Everett.
Hi, everybody. Again, my name is Michelle Everett. I'm an executive sales director here, and I originally joined back in 2008. And I had started looking to work from home back in 2007. I had just turned 20, and I had given birth to my second child, and graduated college, and I really pushed myself for that because I didn't graduate high school like everyone else. I had a baby before all of that, and so I pushed myself to get my high school diploma and a college degree because that's what I thought I had to do and show an example for my children. Little did I know, I graduated with high honors, and I thought I was going to run out and get this amazing high-paying career. And my very first interview in the healthcare field, it was just degrading pay. And that showed me that it didn't matter the experience or the knowledge that I had to create the income that I wanted on my own. I could not depend on anybody else to give that to me. So at that point, I had started looking online. I did a few different things, surveys, and I really did believe you can make money stuffing envelopes, and just got all this stuff, mystery shopping. And in 2008, in May, I had actually given up looking to do something from home. And I got on Craigslist to find a job, and I happened to run into Jamie Boyle's ad. And when she called me, I actually had a live person on the phone. I was like, oh my gosh, there's no automated system or buttons you got to push on the internet for information. And I was sold what she explained to me, the services that Ameriplan offers. I came from the healthcare field, so I understood the need, the desperate need that patients that I dealt with every day who were on a cash pay, and they really need these benefits. So I knew right then that this was gold to me. I joined immediately. I worked my business for a good year or so and hit senior regional sales director. And at that time, I went through some financial hardship. It caused me to go back out there in the world and get a job. And to be completely honest, I was also that person. I was only 21, but I was that person wanting instant gratification. I didn't understand the commitment and patience that I needed to really build the business that I wanted. I knew what I wanted, I just didn't know how to get it. So dummy me, went back out in the world, and I worked a job for 3 years in a cardiology office. And last spring, I had an announcement sent to me that I had a pin level promotion. I have not touched my business in 3 years, and every single month I've received a residual check, though, by the way. Every month for 3 years for the business I put on the books for that first year. I still received a check, and I received an announcement that I had hit ESD, which caused me to get that lovely override that you guys were mentioning earlier, and my check grew. And I showed my check to my husband and was like, we could seriously pay some bills with this. We really need to get So I came here last year, and that event changed my whole life. This event is so inspiring and motivating, and I learned that the only difference between me and them on stage was that they had stayed here consistently. We were all IBOs with zero income at one point, and if I just stayed with it, I could get there. So I went home, and we made a plan to, I quit my full-time job. He got a second job to replace that income, and I said, let's give it 1 year to replace that income that you had brought in from the second job that he had to pick up. And proud to say, 2 days ago, when reports came out, I did replace it. In that time. So I'm looking forward to seeing where the kind of years will come with Ameriplan. It's completely changing my life.
All right, that's Michelle Everett. Michelle Everett. All right, so we're going to go back over to Brittany. Brittany, really quickly, everybody is taking some great notes right now. If you could just give us give the audience 3 things that they can actually take home to apply and actually start attracting some young people. What are 3 things that they can actually do? 3 things.
Sure, I would say the first thing would be definitely to show the value. I think when you're speaking to the younger generation, they're excited and some of them are getting out of school and trying to figure out what they really want to do with their lives. So I think number 1 would definitely be to show them the value, to allow them to understand what we have on our hands and what the possibilities are for themselves and their family. So I'll definitely say that for number 1. The second thing I would say would be to fuel passion. It's important for us to be excited about what we do so that they can get excited about the future for themselves. So be passionate about your own business and be excited when you're talking to young people and anybody really. But that excitement in turn will make them excited about the opportunities here as well. And the third thing I would say would be to give them examples of other young people that are doing it. So when I talk to somebody about the opportunity with Ameriplan, I use a Christine DeGraw or Jamie Boyles or somebody that is actually active in the business and that has built it to this amazing income to give them something tangible so that they know it's possible for them. So I like to use examples of other people that are successful, that are where they want to be, so they can envision themselves being there as well.
All right, that's Brittany. So what did you say? Value, you said fuel the passion, and you also said you use examples as well, something that's tangible. Everybody get that? Everybody get that? All right, fantastic. Let's come over to Dean. Dean, just give us 3 things, give the audience 3 things that they can actually apply in their business where they can actually start attracting themselves some young people in their Ameriplan business. Dean Jones.
Absolutely. Well, the first thing would be talk to your friends and family, and if you have any young adults in the business, talk to them about entrepreneurship. Honestly, sometimes it just requires a little education, and most of them have been programmed to work a traditional job all their life. So if you can just educate them about, being an entrepreneur and what that's all about, that'll be a major impact on that as well. And number 2 is get on social media. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and online blogs. They're all great marketing sources. And by the way, not a single person I know does not have a Facebook. Many, many people have all those sites, and they're definitely great places to reach young people at. And number 3, talk to them about the benefits and lifestyle of being an entrepreneur. Most young people I know have a crazy schedule, because they're going to school or doing something part-time. And with Ameriplan, you can create your own schedule, and that's great. Plus, you can build residual income and leverage while, whatever you're doing, and that's a great way too.
Hey, let's give it up for Dean Jones. Did y'all get those 3? All right, so we're moving along here. We got to go to Holly. Holly, give us 3 things that the audience can actually apply in their business on attracting some young entrepreneurs.
Well, I definitely have to agree with these 2. They definitely put some good things on the plate. The number 1 thing for me that I mainly talk to people who are younger is the internet, as he said before, because I couldn't say that enough and express that enough, because everybody, young, old, middle-aged, whatever, everybody's on the internet these days. Everybody's doing stuff that, as he said, Facebook and things like that. So that's definitely, instead of sitting there on your Facebook looking at all your friends' posts that they post what they ate from the night before,